Check out these channels. 1 month old, 2 months old, even 3 months old.
They're all blowing up and they have one thing in common.
Yes, you can create videos like these.
If you've ever wondered why your mornings always begin with a sense of exhaustion and stress,
On autopilot using AI and n8n.
And in today's video, we will show you exactly how we generated this in just a couple of minutes.
If you're new here, my name is Prashant. I spent over 15 years working in film and animation industry for studios like DreamWorks and MPC.
And now we've started No Code Dad, a community where my dad teaches me how to use AI and automation to make real income and build some cool projects.
You can even hack to our school community right now and download the setup right away.
The link's in the description below.
Alright guys, let's get started. So this is the setup I'm talking about. So this setup is divided into 3 parts. Part 1 is called create images. Part 2 is called create video clips. And part 3 combine those clips and audios. So let's go to part 1. Part 1 is called create images. For creating images, first we do need a script for our YouTube video. So this section consists of these nodes. First, we are adding a schedule trigger. When we double click inside this node, it's just a trigger which says how often you want to run this setup. Let's run this node. Next step is called get rows in sheet. What we are doing here is we are basically reading a Google sheet. So let's go to the Google sheet and understand what's happening there. So this is the Google sheet I'm talking about. So this sheet has 3 sections. Sheet 1, which is like our main sheet. Sheet 2 is called chapters. YouTube script consists of multiple chapters. Alright, and each chapter has clips and audios. So let's create a new video here. Name it video 10. Change the status to create and define a reference video title and a reference video description for this video. What I did is I just found a video inside this niche. I just copied the title from the same video and pasted it here. Similarly, for reference video description, what I did is I copied the entire transcript and pasted it here. And we also defined a video duration. Let's go back to n8n. So now we got our Google Sheet ready. Let's go inside and see what's happening here. We have to define this is the Google Sheet I want to read, and you need your credentials for reading the Google Sheet. And then we have to define the filter which row you want to read. So let's run this node. What happens is this will bring the data from Google Sheet inside n8n. Alright, let's go to the next node. The next node of our setup is called AI agent. This is like a brain of our setup. So let's dive in and see what's happening inside our AI agent. AI agent is pretty simple. First you have to define the prompt and then you have to write the system message. So this is our prompt. It just says make the script for our YouTube video using the reference title and then the reference video description. And in the system message, we are just training our AI agent to use a particular structure to output this data. So let's run AI agent.
Basically, in the prompt, we gave the AI agent its material, and in the system message, we told it what to do with those materials.
Yeah. So now we got our data back from AI agent. You can see that there are chapters in here. Let's go to the next node. The next node is called split out. Let's dive in and see what's happening here. Input we are receiving here is one item, which means only one row which contains all the chapters. So we defined the output field here and just execute this now. Notice what happened here is now we have separate rows for each chapters. Alright, and if you go outside and notice here, we have 3 items coming out of split out node. Once we have this information, we are constantly adding the data back to our Google Sheets. Let's see what's written inside. So update sheet is basically updating our main sheet with title and duration. So let's run this and see what's happening in our Google Sheet. Alright, you see a title and description for our YouTube video here. And then run the next node, which is append row in chapters sheet. Alright, double click inside and see what we are doing here. We are passing our credentials and we are also telling that hey, please add our chapter details in the chapter sheet. Let's run this node.
Abracadabra.
This is the magic. We got our video 10. It divided it into 3 chapters and all your transcripts for the YouTube video is now in Google Sheets. Now the next node is interesting one. It's called generating prompts for our images. These are made up of 6 nodes. Alright, starting one is again a schedule trigger, which we won't go inside, we just run it. Alright.
Yes, basically it's the same thing as the top.
Yes, and the next node is called get rows in sheet. This is again the same node. We are reading the first chapter information here. So let's execute this node and it will bring the chapter 1 back to our n8n setup. So now there is another magical node. It's our second AI agent. This guy will bring us the image prompts. So what we are saying here is make image prompts using the transcript. What else we are saying here is
Basically, we're telling the AI agent, don't do this and do this.
yes. So let's execute this now. Alright, so this will bring all the image prompts for our chapter 1. So we got 12 clips in this chapter. Alright, and again we got all the information in one item. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna split them out. And then we are putting this information of image prompt back to our Google Sheets. Let's run this node and I will show you where this information is. Go to the generate clips and audio sheet, which is the third one, and and go all the way down, and you will see that video 10 have now 12 clips which we generated inside our Google Sheet. Let's go back to n8n and do the next step. Create the actual images. So we are again going back and reading our Google Sheet with the latest image prompts info. So let's read using get rows and sheet node. Alright. So once we run this node, we got those 12 image prompts. Alright.
Yes.
Now this is a loop which will submit the information to create all the images to Key AI. So the first node is loop over item, which will loop all these 12 items one at a time. And then we added a edit fields node. It's basically saying that if there is some kind of quotes or anything in the image prompt, it won't go to the next node. Alright. So this is what I had written here. The third node is create the actual images. Yes, this is the HTTP request. We are using Google's Nano Banana to create images using a service called Key AI. What Key AI is?
Key AI is an API aggregator. So basically, you don't want to get lots of subscriptions for everything. Instead, you can get it all in one place, and all you need to do is buy some credit and you can get everything
by just adding a $5, and you have access to all the latest APIs. So let's go back to and then see what else we are doing here. So once we submitted the create image information to Key AI, we need to wait some time for those images to be generated. And once we generated those images, next step is we are adding those task ID back into our n8n. Why I am running this loop is because when you run with 50 or 100 images in a go, if you submit them without using this loop, sometimes it errors out. Alright, because what Key AI thinks is, hey, there is a bot running infinitely on the server and making the server go bad, right? How many times this node will run? Tell me.
It will run 12 times because there are 12 items.
Yeah, so let's run this node. Alright guys, so we submitted all our image prompts to Key AI for making images. Now, next is to get those images back from Key AI. So first node here in this setup is also get rows and sheet. So let's run this node. So we got our task ID, and then using get images node, what exactly is this node is, it's saying, hey, this is my task ID, which I written over here. Give me back my images. Alright, so let's run these two nodes together. So now this node is called image URL. I will show you why we need image URL node.
So basically, we have so much data, but what we really just need is the URL. So this node will separate the URL from the rest of the data.
Yes, so see, the image URL which we want is just this information. But what Key AI has done is it has given us a lot of data. So what this node will do is it will give us our image URL, and I'm also passing the clip duration information. This information we need to make sure the clips which we generated using these images have a particular length. So let's execute this node. Wow, so now you got all your images here, total 12 items. Alright?
Yes.
Alright, so now we are in part 2, create video clips. We got the images, we want to convert these images into small clips. The first step of part 2 is a different API service. I will explain you, but the good thing is it's completely free to use. The setup is called FFmpeg API. I will first explain you how FFmpeg works. So this is the site of FFmpeg API. You have to create your account here, and then you will get these credentials. Alright, once you have the credentials, you have to create the credential once, and then you can use those credentials in all the nodes which are related to FFmpeg API. Alright,
yes.
Let's dive in and I will show you how I created these credentials. So this is the first node. It says create folder at FFmpeg API. What we are doing here is we are creating a folder. This node is basically passing this URL through HTTPS request node. Alright, and how we are defining our credential is from here. First step is click here. I have to type the name authorization, and then this value is your API key which you get from here. You just copy this key here and paste it here, and then you save this information. Once you have this information, it is always available to you for all the nodes which you create. So just execute this. So we will create all the 12 folders because we got 12 images and we want to create 12 video clips. The next node is also pretty simple. What we are saying here is find the path to save images. What you have to ask FFmpeg API is, hey, I have these folders, give me the path to this folder. So we just ask using this URL using a HTTPS request post method, and we are just passing our credentials so that the FFmpeg API knows who we are, and then we are passing a small JSON script saying we want to save an image inside this folder. What this will do is it will generate a URL which is the path where we have to store our images. Alright, next node is get the images. For giving the images to FFmpeg FFmpeg API, first we have to convert our images into a binary data. Binary data is a data which is understood by machines. It's in a binary format, zeros and ones, right? So just we have to do nothing. Just we have to give the image URL and run this node, HTTPS node with method get. This will generate the binary data for all our 12 images. You can just view it inside the n8n also. See, this is one of our images. Go back to the list. So we are passing all those 12 images to FFmpeg using binary data. So we got our image data in binary form. Now we are uploading that information to FFmpeg using the URL which we asked in the previous node. Alright, so we are just adding the URL which we got in the node file path to save images and adding it here. We are using the method called put these images on this. That's all we are doing here. And we are saying that this information is in binary format. Alright, let's run this node. So it will say no items exist, but it's a small bug. But when you go to your folder in FFmpeg API, you will see all the images uploaded there. Alright, it will take a while, but when you double click inside one of the directories, you have your image uploaded here. Alright, now our images are uploaded to FFmpeg API. The next node is called check image upload status. This will make sure that all our images are in there. Let's double click inside and understand this node. It's basically a get method, and we are giving it the same URL and asking FFmpeg API that are my images all there. So let's run this node, and this will tell us that all the images are there because it says true. That means all our images is in the FFmpeg API. Let's go to the next section. Now we got all our images in FFmpeg API. Now we are using this clever script. What it does is it defines the clip duration for us and create a prompt which will make those clips. So let's run this node. So what we did here is we created a command for FFmpeg to run these nodes. So now once we have the script ready to run on FFmpeg API, we will run this one at a time, because if we pass so much of the clip generation to FFmpeg API, it fails. So what I did is I created a loop here and I added a wait node in between, and this is the actual node. Basically we are converting our images into a small 2-second videos. So let's run this node now. Alright, all the clips are now generated.
Yes.
If you check the Google Sheet, you will see that all the clips for first chapter in video 10 is now done, and the status is changed to done. Alright, so now we have our clips. Let's go to the n8n and see what we are doing in the next step. Now it's pretty easy. The setup is all super easy now. The step 5 is called combine these clips for the chapters. What we are doing is we have all these clips, we are combining those clips. So how we are doing it? We are just getting all the information back from our Google Sheets, the clip information, the URL, and then we are bringing it, we are combining them, and then we are adding it when we are using Fal AI to merge those clips together using the feature called merge videos. We are providing the Fal AI credentials. This is Fal AI. Just add $5 or $10 and you can use all their APIs which are available in Fal AI. Alright, so once we combine the videos, we will use the get method to bring them back to our n8n setup. Alright, so let's run everything together in this node, and then in the end we are updating our Google Sheet with the combined clips. Just click the execute workflow. Do you want to play a game?
I guess fine.
It's done. So now we got our combined clip back into our Google Sheets. Let's go and have a look at the combined clips. A teaser is good here. So we have to go to the chapters section, and you will see that video 10 chapter 1 first video is done. So if you click here and you can open it, and right now this is how it looks like. Now in the next node we are making the audio for this video clip. It's also pretty easy setup. So the step 6 is called create audio for chapter. Alright, here we are again reading our Google Sheet, and then we are passing that information to Key AI. This time we are using 11 labs to make the audio. Alright, and this is the JSON prompt we are passing to the 11 labs. Alright, so when you run this node, it will send this transcript to 11 labs to convert it into a audio file. Alright, and then we have our similar loop which takes care of how long the 11 labs takes to generate the audio and then bring it back to our Google Sheet. Alright, so let's run all these nodes together and play the game.
I'm guessing 2.
Alright, let's see who's gonna win. Oops, it's just 1. So now we got our audio back. Alright, if we go back to our Google Sheet, we will see here we have the audio. Let's go to the next node. So now we got our clips combined, we got our audio. Now we have to merge these two together. Alright, so let's go to the next node. So now we are in part 3 of our setup, which is combining clips and audios. So step 1 is combine audio and video for chapter. So we are again reading our Google Sheets, and we are using this row which is combine videos and audio, and we are using using FFmpeg merge audio video API from Fal AI for doing this. Alright, we are passing the information of our video and audio URL through this JSON to Fal AI. Alright, so let's run all these nodes together, and then the part 3 is we are getting those information back and writing it back to our Google Sheet. Alright, you want to run all this node together? Yes, let's execute this and let's play a game. How long it's gonna take? Two. Alright, let's see who will win.
What's your guess?
I think it's 1.
Yes,
I won. So now we got our audio and video combined. That's awesome. If you want, you can go back to your Google Sheet and you can check the video
If you
here.
ever wondered why your mornings always begin with a sense of exhaustion and stress, it
Pretty
might be
interesting,
because-
right? Alright, so now we got our video with audio combined for the chapter. Next is really very awesome part of the setup. We are adding captions for the chapter.
Yes.
That is cool stuff, right? So in this, again, we have some similar nodes called get rows in sheet because we are reading the information back from our Google Sheet. And then we added this node called generate captions. It's again a HTTPS request. What we are doing is we are using the API called AutoSub from Fal AI. And we are passing the JSON prompt which says, hey, use this video, add the Roboto font and few other stuff. And then we are saying, get this information back. Let's run this entire setup together,
Yes.
right? Execute this step. How long it's gonna take?
1.
Ooh, you're becoming smart now. So I am hoping that it will finish in 1. We are both saying 1. Oops, we both failed. It's
Oh,
2
yeah.
times. So are you excited now to see the results? Let's go back to Google Sheet and see. So it is over here.
If you've ever wondered why your mornings always begin with a sense of exhaustion and stress, it might be because of how you spend your evenings. The way you wind down at night matters more than most people realize. In this video, we're exploring evening rituals that help reset your mind and lay the foundation for better days.
Wow, that's a start looking really cool. So this is our chapter 1 generated. Alright, so for getting chapter 2, we have to run these nodes again. So we are not doing it for this video. You already have all the script. Just generate more chapters, and once we have all the chapters video ready, what we're gonna do is we're gonna combine all those chapters together using combine all chapters step. Thank you guys so much for watching this video till the end. If you want the file, please comment on the video.
And please subscribe and hit the share button if you want to share it with some friends.